Yeah, Figuccio, that Don Figuccio Studios. I'm back at it again, and yeah, I haven't been doing a lives because honestly, at this point, I'm just focused on the album, the release of it, and I've been just working relentlessly to make sure that this is really the best project that I've ever released, and I'm, I could say it is. I mean, personally, I mean, I released this year so many great projects, all the best music that I've ever. So it's like every project is surprisingly better than the last. And at this point, this is a different rollout. I've announced it ahead of time, so I'm doing promo a week in advance. So it's more of a official rollout. Because the other ones I'd consider the last two were mixtapes, and this is like the official project. It's the last project of the year. So to me, honestly, it's the most important right now. And this is actually the first project that I ever released. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the first project that I ever released was called "God Put Me On." So this trilogy definitely has a special place for me personally. Like I said, I got the first one I actually made. It was interesting. It was the first project I've ever did, and the quality is not good at all. It's hard to listen to, but I still consider it the first God Put Me On. Just because the things that happened during that time, the songs I enjoy. That's the thing. It's like a lot of the songs I make, I enjoy. It's just a matter of the mixing sometimes isn't there. And that took me a lot of time to really perfect and to craft that and to work on that. Where I think that it's good now. The quality is there. So I'm pleased with that, but it's just this is really I mean if this was the last project that I ever released, it would be fitting because the first project that I ever released was God Put Me On. So if I finish with God Put Me On 3, then it makes sense, and if that's my journey, then I'm accepting of that and I'm okay with that. Up to this point, though, just continuously working. Even up to this point, I decided to do the live, but I've been mixing. I've been mixing all day. I actually started off the day working on the music video. So I dropped the promo for God Put Me On. I dropped that on Friday, and it's doing very well. It has over 80K in only a couple of days. In 3 days? That's pretty good. And I'm getting a lot more engagement and a lot more likes on it, and some people are commenting. So it shows good momentum, and I'm happy with that and pleased with it. Yeah, I've been working on the video, and the whole video is really a vibe. It's dope. Really, really sick video, and it's all good and ready now. I just finished it today. That's always like my fear, like before I start making a music video, because I don't know how long it's gonna last. So once you start making it, it's like, then it's hard to really stop. I stopped briefly for editing and stuff like that, but then once I woke up, right back to it, because just piecing it all together. I consider like every one of my videos is like a piece of my life. So I try to construct it in like a memory type of format or like a actual life experience. So I try to piece it together in that type of way. And the ones that I've been doing, it's like they just come together. I just sit on the computer. I don't know. Maybe it's just, something that I was meant to do, because nothing really ever came to me easy. But it seems like once I hop on these music videos and I start doing them, like the pieces just fall together. So grateful for that, and I'm excited for this release. I'm gonna do a listening party, like I did with 8 Mile. I'm gonna do the God Put Me On 3 listening party. That's gonna be on Christmas. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on Christmas. Maybe, yeah. I guess I could do it on Christmas. I could do it Christmas, or I could do it on Christmas Eve. But I'll do the listening party for God Put Me On. So I'll go through every track. It's gonna be 9 tracks total. Um, and I'm ready to get this thing rolling. This is like the final chapter of the year, so I'm trying to close it out with a strong finish. And honestly, to me, the song "Shake It Up," which I'm about to release, I'm going to release that on Christmas Eve. That's getting released, and the video is getting released the same day. And that's my lead single for the song, for the album. And I haven't done that with any other project. I never released a single. There's never like a lead single, a single leading up. But to me, "Shake It Up," once I recorded it, it was like the best song, honestly, I've ever made, I think. I feel like it's the best song. As far as like overall construction of it and just the overall sound, I just think it's the best song that I've ever made. And once I heard it, I was like, what the I was blown away. I was like, how the heck did I even get that sound? The sound that I got on it, I couldn't, and I was happy about that and surprising. And I was actually going to put that on a different project, but it was like so special to me that I was like, you know what, I'm going to hold out. And that's the first time I ever did that too, where I knew I had a song that I really enjoyed and I like just kept it. It wasn't that long ago. It was all within this period of time that I've been recording and releasing the music. So all the stuff that I'm releasing is new. It's recorded within the past 3 months. So all this stuff is fresh. It got a fresh sound to it, and it's been like through me recording continuously. So I've recorded, I don't know how many songs in the past 3 months, over 100 of songs, maybe 200 songs, who knows? Because I just go. There was times where I was recording 4 songs in one day. So I got God Put Me On 3 is coming out on Christmas, and I'm going to close the year out with that project. And that's how many projects I've released about. That's going to be, I think, the 6th project that I've released this year. And I think it's going to be my best one, personally. As far as performance and quality, I think it's my best one. So, I'm eager to put it out, but I don't want to put it out too soon. I just want everything to be right with it. And I just started mixing. I'm almost done. I only got a couple songs to mix left. But other than that, everything's ready to go. The album art, I did everything. I did the album art, which the album art, yeah, I love the album art. It's so unique. And I did it all myself. That's what I love when that happens. Like some of the album art, most of the album art I do myself. But there's been a select few where it was just like something that I got from another site or something, and I edited it, but I literally created this entire front cover. So to me, that's sick. And yeah, like I said, I got 9 songs on it, and I don't know. I mean, to me, it's the best songs that I got really right now. There's nothing that I don't think. I'm not withholding anything. So whatever I'm giving out. And yeah, at this point, this might be the last time maybe that I want to say that I upload it like onto YouTube, like in this free type of way, because I'm starting to see more value in my music, honestly, and I don't think it's getting. And sometimes, at this point, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's really getting the recognition that it deserves. Like some people will just say that, but to me, honestly, some of these songs, as far as right now in comparison to what I'm hearing, I'm just hearing recycled shit. Like my stuff actually has it's like emotion and feeling, and that's what I used to like about music, because you can get a feeling from it. and you could relate to it and stuff like that. So that's why I did music. I do music, and why I've been doing it. Um, and I only realized that till like recently. It was like it always gave me, something to like keep me going. Like kept me going when times were tough or when things were good to celebrate. So that's what I use music for, like my emotions when I deal with my emotions. So in the same way, I use music to deal with my emotions. So I'm doing that at the same time, and it comes to a point like this isn't just like dealing with my emotions anymore. This is actually I'm creating good quality music. Um, and there's it's just maybe we're in an era where it's not all you're not always going to get recognized for that because there's just so much of it. But I'm at this point I'm not going to be willing to just throw my music out there for free anymore. Not like I want to like cash in like ridiculously, but I just feel like musicians and artists, like if you have really good quality music, you're not getting like the recognition that you deserve. You're just getting thrown in a bundle of music with in a whole pile. You're like a needle in a haystack. So it's a lot harder for you to be recognized or found or you get exposure. And the internet can only do so much. So at this point, I did what I could, and I knew, this time around I was just going to give it everything I got, because I saw it as like my last opportunity and last chance to really kind of just do what I got to do with this music as far as like leave my print on it. Because it comes to a point where it's just like, okay, am I just chasing it? And I just don't want, I feel like, okay, I'm not, this is something that I devote a lot of time and a lot of energy into. So it's like, I could be using that time and energy for something, I guess, more beneficial, I guess you could say, financially. I wouldn't say, it benefits me like on a personal level, but we're in a time where, financially, I got to make sure that everything's straight. And I have like other things, but it seems like music in a way isn't that avenue that it once was. It was that, music used to be like that golden ticket. You used to think like, oh man, I can get, if I work like as hard as I can with the music stuff, then maybe I can get to where I want to be. But I haven't seen that side, and you know, I can face that, and I'm able to do that. But I want to leave on my terms. I want to know that I actually put in as much effort as I possibly could, and this like definitely ensured it. Like I really don't like at this point I can't. Nobody could dispute that I didn't give it an honest effort, because I don't see like I see a lot of people saying that they're rappers or saying they're musicians, but they don't put in the time like I do. They don't put in the time. They don't put in the money. They don't put in the energy, and that's just a fact. I'm not even like just saying that just to be cocky and shit. Like I literally released a project last year, January 1st. That's one. I released another project in February. That's two. Then I released another one in September. That's three. Then I released one in October. That's four. Released one in November. That's five. This is going to be my sixth one this year. So that's six projects in a matter of a year. That's two projects a month. Or no, that's a project. I don't know. It's six projects. I don't know. Can't even think about it. But it's like a project every 2-3 months or something like that. I don't know. Maybe every 2 months. That's a project. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a project every 2 months. So yeah, that's a lot of it's a lot of time and energy that I spent, and I don't just like download beats off YouTube. I buy these beats. I buy them. And I've been connected in this industry as far as the beat process for about 6 years now. I want to say six, but over then. It's been like 10 years. It's 10 years been doing this. So, I don't know. Like, it's really just gets to a point where you're just like, you know, It's just whack, kind of. I don't know. As far as like the whole how things are run, I guess just the whole industry now is just not what it was. Um, but that's why I try to bring in my own. Like I started my own business, Figuccio Studios, because I was trying to like usher in. I'm still trying to do it, usher in this new era of that. There's a way that artists can still, um, basically, you know, get revenue from their art if they're good enough. I mean, I don't think every artist should get paid. You shouldn't just get paid because you decide to do. Are you good? Is it decent? What's the quality? But then I see like stuff that's trash and just getting, and they're able to make money. So it's either people are just buying into whatever the industry is pushing, or the quality of music has just diminished. So either way, it doesn't matter. Um, I'm releasing this God Put Me On 3, and yeah, if Shake It Up don't do nothing, I'm not gonna be too happy about that. I'm not gonna lie, because I think Shake It Up is definitely, it's like a banger. I think it's just like it's just a global anthem. It's like an anthem, not just for, it's more of like a woman anthem, to be like, as strange as it sounds, but it's like a motivational anthem for women in a sense. I don't know. That's how I just see it. I just see it like motivating for women in a weird way. But it's just saying like, just the vibe of it. Like the lyrics, okay, like are, I wouldn't say like they're vulgar or explicit, but it's the generic shit. But just the sound, it's just like you're journeying through life, and you have to like just keep going through it. It's just one of those that gives you that vibe. It's just like a global song, kind of like the Unforgettable. I would say kind of like Unforgettable, almost in a sense, but not as international, I guess you should say. Um, but it's for anybody really. That's what I like about it. The quality's there, the sound's there. So at that point, if it's not meant to be, then I accept it, and I have to, I gotta tuck my tail in. But I'm putting my eggs in that basket. I put my eggs in each project's basket, and I had faith in every project that it could be the next one. That's the thing. I take a look at my stuff in a realistic way, and I evaluate myself and my projects, and I can continuously play the music that I've made. And I listen to my music, so I don't know, it's not like I'm like telling somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. Yeah, I mean, I listen to my music. I listen to my music at work. At work, in front of other people, I don't care. Just to me, I enjoy it. And I think it's worthy of being played. Um, and especially this project. Yeah, it starts off with a banger. I'm just gonna say that. Like the banger is it's a whole different vibe. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I got so many different vibes on a mixtape, but it's just kind of shitty. That's like, oh, nobody. Well, I mean, like people are getting to see it, but there's just some bullshit that I got to deal with too. Um, that's sad. But I got, the project to me is it's solid. It's coming out. It's coming out on Christmas, so I'm sticking with it. I just got to finish up these last two songs, and that's it. That's a wrap. This was the plan, really. Actually, the plan. I didn't like announce this plan, but this was the whole idea of it. Was that I was gonna do. Well, once like I said in my previous lives, once I released 9/29/92, that was gonna be like my last project if I didn't think it was good. If I was like, oh, it's just some generic bullshit that I'm just getting through the songs and just writing, and it's just the same shit. But I hit like a whole new sound with it. I really did, like legitimately. Like it was nothing like the stuff that I recorded before. That's what I loved about it. I knew that I'd actually progressed to a point. It's like I finally saw the progression in my music that I saw, I sought, and yeah, that was finally the point where then I was like, all right. I was gonna say, I kept saying I'm gonna go hard till my birthday. And then I was gonna drop the album, and then I dropped the album, and I was surprised, and I started finding like new things, new ways to do things, um, in all areas of this business, in the promotion aspect, in the videos. My videos just like got 10 times better within a matter of like a month. Like it was really surprising. That's what really kept me going. Like really, to be honest with you, it was just the progression and the evolution in the sound. That's what now where I'm at now. So what I said was 9/29/92. That was my on my birthday. I dropped that project, and that was like do or die for me. Like I was like, this is a project, and then once the sound, I hit that sound. Then I just wanted to keep going. So then I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I kept digging for this sound and kept like new sounds and better sounds, and the songs were just getting better. And I couldn't, I was just really surprised. So I was like, okay, if like you start, like the concept that I said before is if you start digging for gold and you find gold, why would you stop? So I decided to keep digging, and I'm glad I did because the sound just continued to change and to evolve and progress. So now I'm at project number 4 in 4 months: September, October, November, December. So now I'm about to drop the December project. Not even 4 months, but still, that's where I'm at. And I'm excited to get this project done, because not like I'm still not exhausted of making music. Like I still enjoy it, but I think it's necessary for me to get a break from it, because I've exhausted myself through this process. It's been continuously when I'm not working, and I was working at one point. I was working like 3 jobs, and I was still doing the music too. So it was like I was working 4 jobs. Um, and now I got another job, and when I'm not doing that, everything's devoted to this music. Um, and at this point, I gave it the honest best effort, but I still have another trick up my sleeve. After God put me on 3, but God put me on 3 to me is, as far as for me, God put me on 3 is like, you know, it's just the evolution of my sound, and it's me hitting like my potential as an artist, I would say. I think I could progress even more. I don't know. I think I just got to like kind of move a little differently after this because I just gave so much. Yeah, I gave so much material in such a short amount of time. Kind of did like a young boy type thing, where I just kept feeding and feeding and feeding. And I thought it was necessary for myself as well in my career, because all the years that I never got to release projects because of things going on in life, or just wasn't as devoted to it. I got to like make up for all that. I see that. That's how I see it. Is I was able to release 4 projects in 4 months. So that's that just says everything right there as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if people don't respect that, I'm a real artist, and I've actually established myself and I've built up this channel. Um, yeah, and I'm surprised that I've even done it to the extent that I have at this point. Like very surprised at myself and just a level of commitment that I've had to it. Yeah, and I don't need anybody else to really I don't need validation from the people on YouTube or people not don't show up on here and because halfway expect that, but I just look at myself. I'm like, wow, you really honestly gave it everything that you could. So I don't have no shame in my game. I did what I could. If anybody, could bash at me, I just laugh at it because, it don't mean nothing to me at that point. It can't really break me because what I've been through the past 5 years, I just keep going. That's just been my motivation regardless in all aspects. And this is what I wanted to do. I aspired to make music and to create albums because I always enjoyed albums. To me, there was nothing like experiencing an album back in the day. It seems like it was back in the day. It wasn't too long ago, but that's what I like to do. I like to create a whole project and I like the release because, it used to be like cinematic. It isn't cinematic like it used to be, though. It's just, people release songs and just throw them out there. So if I do release music within this year, because anyway, this to me would be the last year. If I did continue to release music after God put me on, God put me on 3. I could only see myself after God put me on 3 releasing singles. Singles and then videos that were super clean and that's what that's my next step is going to be devoting all the energy into one song. Yeah, at this point that's really the next step because I'm not going to release a project for a while because I just released 4 projects. It's going to be 4 projects in 4 months. I didn't just do it I didn't do it. I did it for the love of the game. That's what is so crazy about it. I love it. The way that I did it, I just did it so official. So, I'm not complaining. I'm not pissed off about it that, I'm not a millionaire from it, but I'm glad I did it in a sense. They're short projects, even better. That's what I like about them. They're short too. They're not long, drawn out 20-track projects that aren't cohesive and have no similarities to them. All these projects were thought out, created by me, everything. So, I've truly reached that status. Maybe I don't have the money to show it, but I'm at the, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a star in a sense. I'm not a star famous and stuff, but I've ascended past your average artist to where I have my own sound, and I'm that superstar type of sound, and I got my own sound. It ain't I stole somebody else's swag. This is something that I created from the ground up. It's just sometimes people aren't always recognized for the things that they do when they do them. We can look at Max B, prime example. Didn't get his shine when it was due at that time, but when he came out, it's everything that he did, he got his just due. Which is dope to see, and I'm glad for them. That's exactly what I hope for, people like that, because how influential his sound is. I actually got his shirt. I bought the shirt that he was selling when he first got out because, to me, that's memorabilia. I was waiting for this guy to get out. probably since like 2016 is when I really started like get like seeing him as an artist, because I kind of like grew up on the Dipset sound, but I didn't know who he was specifically until like I heard that, okay, that's him. But I played songs like Pin the Tail. Pin the Tail, I had that song on like a burnt CD in 2009, but I didn't know that was Max B on the hook. And I always liked the hook. I was like, that's the best part. So, I bought his shirt that he just got released. So that's cool. And I finally got the shirt. I just got the shirt the other day. Um, yeah, but just like, Max B. So, my sound isn't like him. I don't compare my sound to him at all. He has bluesy. I mean, I consider some of my songs are bluesy, but he has that raw Harlem, pimp type of sound. You can't really replicate it. It's just who he is. So yeah, I mean, so I always respect him as an artist. I have a lot of different influences. But ultimately, right now, I don't listen to other people. Artists' music doesn't influence me. That's why my sound is unique, because I'm not listening to these artists what they're releasing nowadays. Because I don't know. I'm just not into listening as I used to be. I used to be a consumer, but now I'm a creator, which is a whole different ball game. And I enjoy my creation, what I create, and I listen to it, and I'm satisfied with it. And that's always the aim. The aim is for it to for you to be financially set from your passion. And at this point, I'm satisfied with what I've did and what I've done, and I continue to do. And God Put Me On 3 is going to be released on Christmas. Yeah, this is really like the main thing. This is just what I'm doing right now. I'm just like trying to get it out there, a little more promo. That this is God Put Me On. Like the title says it all. The title was great because I knew that if it ever did happen, if there ever was a chance or that it was meant to happen, that it wasn't going to be me that like made it happen. It was allowed to happen. So if it isn't, then it's not. Whatever. I know I did what I had to do, and that's what it comes down to, and I'm satisfied with it. But I still got one trick up my sleeve after that. So if that don't work, then put all my eggs in one basket. But I'm confident in my music, and I think I think it's worthy of plaques and radio play. I think that Shake It Up song is definitely radio friendly for sure. I mean, look at half the stuff they play on the radio. So, I still believe that. It could go. I was just thinking today, I was like, this song could literally be like a number one song. Like I was thinking, like there hasn't been a hip hop or rap song in like so many days that hasn't been even on the Billboard chart. I was like, I could see this song being one of them. And that's just honest. Like that's a realistic thought in my head. Like it's possible. My song sounds like that. I gotta sound like that. But other than that, I've said all I have to say. The whole gist of this is God Put Me On 3 is coming out on Christmas. So God Put Me On 3 out Christmas. And then we got, well, before then, actually, Shake It Up. We got Shake It Up. That's getting released on Christmas Eve. So Shake It Up getting released on Christmas Eve. The video, the song and the video getting released Christmas Eve. Yep. So that's all I know. Those are the two most important things. And then I got something else coming soon as well. But those are the biggest things right now. I mean, the promotion is doing 80K. It got 80K already. I could see it hitting 100K soon, which to me, that's a milestone. And that's just promotion. Like, that's a milestone for promotion. So I'm rolling it out like it's the encore album, because it is for the end of the year, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if it's going to be my last album. Could be. But as far as me rolling it out and releasing it, it's the last project this year. So I'm treating it like it could be like the last project I ever release. So, it's a special one. I mean, it's the most special one, most important one. That's it. That's all I got. So, thanks for tuning in. Guccio that Don for Guccio Studios.